Hermit Ducks, it's Simon here. Welcome back to the Hermit's Cave. So, something a little bit different. I thought I would share with you some of the gifts that I got for my birthday this year, which was really lovely. A couple of things I've not opened yet, so I thought I would do that too. Needless to say, if you are family members or very close friends who gifted me money and Amazon vouchers and everything else, thank you so much. But obviously I won't be showing money and Amazon vouchers, but people have been very generous in my family and also friends with their Amazon vouchers. I also received things from work like chocolates, and I got a lovely bottle of Italian Marsala wine from my friend Tony, and you know, some lovely things. So thank you. But I wanted to show a couple of bits that were kind of like related to my channel, like tarot and pagan stuff and things like that. So firstly, I wanted to mention I've got a couple of books from Becca, my friend Becca, and these were totally surprising. They're not books that I would have ever thought about buying, and I love it when that happens because you know, I don't have a garden. I'm a city dweller, so having things about garden and plants and flowers is completely new to me. But how exciting to have something to that's, you know, unusual and something I wouldn't normally get. So I was quite intrigued when I got them. So this one is called Floriography. I did hear Becca mention this book actually on her channel. It's an illustrated guide to the Victorian language of flowers, and it's a beautiful book, as you can see here. It's got clematis, and it gives you a meaning and the origin and what to pair it with. So it's almost like an index of different types of flowers, and herbs and plants and things like that. So yeah, just really beautiful. I love the way it's laid out. Gorgeous books. A bouquet for friendship, so telling you what sort of flowers to put in for a bouquet for. So it's sectioned off, as you can see. Bouquet for courting, how quaint, courting. Bouquet for marriage, warnings, bitter end. So there's all these different kind of things there. So that's a nice book. The second book she sent me is Witch's Garden, Plants in Folklore, Magic and Traditional Medicine. It's by Sandra Lawrence. And again, this is tells you about magical workings with the artwork. Again, in this book is beautiful. There was an image I saw in here with the what do they call it? Oh, I forgot what they call it. The doctors that wear the long bead here. What's it called? It's called something, not the virus doctor, but anyway, artwork like this I really like. But it goes through the history of working with different herbs and things like that. So again, nothing I would have ever thought of getting, because I don't get exposed to plant life and flowers that much, but certainly gonna come in handy if I go away, or I do like to go out into the countryside and things like that, but I know very little about trees and plants and flowers, so hopefully these will be useful. So thank you, Becca, for sending those books. I mentioned on Saturday this beautiful tea light holder. I'm hoping that I don't want to spill the wax on it, but it's gorgeous. It's very ornate, very intricate, but the design on this is just beautiful. And she put a green scented candle in to match, but it's really lovely. So I've got that out, and that's from Malamia. So thank you, Malamia, for sending me that. And then I got a couple of pouches from Kelly, my friend Kelly Bear. Again, look, just what I was saying about the Dr. Death kind of, I forget what it's called. If it comes to me, I'll insert it, but it's all, I don't know if that's a mask or it's actually a skull of a bird. It could be a bird's skull actually, but it still reminds me of that. So these are little pouches. So this one, and she's put in what they're made to go with. Look how beautiful the stitching and everything is on this. It's just gorgeous. She's put this little note in and she says, "Between the Worlds Oracle." That's what it's designed for. And I love my Between the Worlds. This is the Monica Badersky set. And at the moment, it's just in this box wrapped in this silk cloth. So it's nice for it to have its own little pouch. I love this deck. It's a deck of charms and curios that the creator Monica Badersky had collected herself over many years, so that fits perfectly. And I knew it would because Kelly's got this deck, so she would have made the pouch exactly right. So now it has its own little pouch. I love the combination of the dark blue and the gold, just gorgeous. So tuck that under like that. So that's a little pouch for my Between the Worlds. And then there was this little pouch as well, which is in these earthy colours. Can you guess what deck this is for? It's got two little acorns here. Beautiful midnight blue again on the inside. And this is for Thistledown. So I have my Thistledown deck, which is here. Gorgeous, from Stephanie Burrows and Adam Olias over at Three Trees Tarot. And this is their Oracle deck, Thistledown. So that will go in there beautifully. Again, perfect fit. And I've got some pouches that Anne did for the tarot decks. Oak Ash and Thorn and Smoke Ash and Embers. So they can all live together on my shelf. So gorgeous pouches. I just know that, you know, when Kelly sends me these, they're just made with so much attention to detail, so much love. They're absolutely wonderful. Now, my friend Jen Phoenix, when she came to the UK the first time, which is what, back in 2019, she came to stay here in the Hermit's Cave. And one of the evenings while she was here, we watched a film, a classic film called The Wicker Man, not the 2006 Nicolas Cage version, I must stress. This is the 1973 Wicker Man, which stars Edward Woodward, Christopher Lee and Britt Ekland. And I love it. It's one of my favourite films. It's a cult classic. And this year it celebrates being 50 years of age. And she bought me the box set of the film. And she had it gift wrapped from Amazon. And she said on the tag, "Happy birthday, my dear friend. You know I had to pick this gift. I'll never forget my first trip to Nottingham. Thank you for sticking with me all these years. Here's to many more years of birthdays and friendship. Love from Jen," which was just the sweetest thing. And yeah, we've been friends ever since that trip back in 2019. And so I was so excited because I do have a DVD box set of, it's got 2 discs in it. So it's got the original which is very grainy. It's not great quality, and then a digitally remastered version. And if you haven't seen this film, do try and watch it. I mean, it doesn't paint pagans in a very good light, but it's 50 years old. But it's still really cool. Now, it's described as a modern horror, a classic horror. Now, I wouldn't call it a horror film at all. It's certainly of a kind of, I suppose, what they're getting at. You know, if you think of the old Hammer House of Horror type films, I suppose it's got that kind of element to it, but it's more of a thriller, and it's a mystery, and it has a bit of a shocking ending. It's only 15, so it's nothing. There is nakedness in it, and you know, it was quite provocative for its day. But there's a scene with Britt Ekland who dances naked. But yeah, The Wicker Man, do try and watch it. It's fantastic. So there's all sorts in this. It says the best British horror film ever made. And that was by Empire magazine, which is our kind of big magazine for film reviews over here. But this is all the stuff you get, you know, a UHD and Blu-ray disc 1, feature the final cut. There's interviews with Britt Ekland, The Wicker Man at 50 documentary, Robin Hardy's script, The Lost Ending, a new trailer for 2023, music of The Wicker Man, interview with Robert Hardy. There's just so many behind the scenes stills gallery. And then there's a second disc, which is a feature director's cut, feature theatrical cut, an audio disc as well. So yeah, there's lots. Look at this. Oh, wow. Let's keep that pressed down for a second. So there is The Wicker Man itself. And it says here, you simply never understand the true nature of sacrifice. And without giving the ending away, you need to see the film to know what that's in reference to. But I love this 3D pop-up effect here. That is cool. So then we've got the Wicker Man inspired candles and other horrors. I've got a Wicker Man tree hanging, which is actually on my pagan branch under the window at the moment, but I bought it to go on the Christmas branches last year. But I like the candle, that's cool. We've got all sorts in here. Oh, it's a little fold out. Oh, I could spend hours nerding out on this. This looks like a poster, look. From the writer of Frenzy and Sleuth, The Wicker Man, Edward Woodward, Britt Ekland, Diane Cilento and Ingrid Pitt. Christopher Lee as Lord Summer Isle. Yeah, so it's like a poster, advertisement poster. And there's another one here in colour. 50th anniversary release. Oh, these would be good to frame, wouldn't they? This is so cool. And then we've got some postcards. Summer Isle. Greetings from Summer Isle. They'll never let you leave. This is amazing. Yeah, so they've done like Summer Isle postcards. But these are stills from the film. Greetings from Summer Isle. So they're cool. Let's put them back in. Oh, I'll do them afterwards. And then we've got the collector's edition booklet. So there's a booklet in here with pictures from the film. This is Lord Summer Isle, played by Christopher Lee and Edward Woodward, who is the police officer that comes to investigate. He lands on the Isle of Summer Isle to investigate a missing girl called Rowan, who everybody's saying doesn't exist, but it's all a snare to get him there. Yeah, this is the naked scene where she dances. but it's such a good film. If you've seen, there's a modern film quite in the same vein, which is called, oh my gosh, not Somerset, Summer something. Again, I will insert it above, but yeah, it's kind of that same sort of same genre. Oh my gosh, look at all this, all these discs. So the final cut, special features, director's cut, theatre cut and special features. This one is disc 1, the feature film. Yeah, there's all sorts. That's the soundtrack, I think. So I'll have to play around with these. But what an incredible box set. Thank you, Jen. I absolutely love it. Really love it. It's a perfect gift. And yeah, it does remind me of your stay as well. I often say to people that come and stay here, have you ever seen The Wicker Man? And if they say no, I'm like, do you want to? So, yeah. Okay, just get them back in. Okay. So, pop everything back. So, that's the Wicker Man box set. I also got a little bracelet from my friend Jen, another Jen who I've been friends with for 36 years now. And it's a little bracelet and it says Partners in Crime. It's got handcuffs on it to remind you that when you are stuck, to remind you that you are stuck with me for life and to remind you how lucky I am to have a friend like you. Which is really nice. So she says when we get together, we can wear them, which is lovely. And then I wanted to show you, I'm hoping it fits in, my friend James, well, Tim and James. Tim also I've been friends with for 36 years over. His partner makes me something every year. So you'll have seen like the Hermit painting from last year, the mini tarot figures, the hair, the Hermit box, which I'm going to try and grab so you can see, because this was one that he made me a few years ago. It's this box, gorgeous box, with the Hermit, and it's in 3D. Look, it actually comes out. I love that. But he's so creative and so talented, and every year there's something else that he creates. This year was no exception. I'm hoping this fits in. I'll start at the bottom. It's absolutely beautiful. Look, the little crystal cluster of amethyst, but it's a earth goddess, and just the detail of the flowers and everything. But yeah, she's holding the world above her. But look at that, how beautiful. Just stunning, the detail. Can't really see the features on her face, but he hasn't put many features there. There's just kind of like an impression. So I love that. So that's going to go on my sacred space. And then I got these from Sandra. There were these little altar cards for the Sabbats. They don't say the Sabbats on them, but you know, you can work them out and change them up. Or she said you can even use them as notelets. And I do have some altar cards for the Sabbats. So yeah, I'm not sure yet whether I'll put these on there as well. I mean, they are beautiful, but they might be nice for little notelets as well if I get some envelopes for them. Just pop them back in. And then she got me this deck, The Weird of Sarah Howard, and it's by Gabby Angus West, who did the Bone Fire Tarot. So I thought we could have a look at this together just quickly, or I can do a separate walkthrough of this if you prefer. Or maybe what I'll do is I'll show them now, and if you want a full walkthrough, we can perhaps look at them on a couple of catch-up cards together, because I'm itching to open these up. It looks like a really small diddy deck. So as it says, The Weird of Sarah Howard by Gabby Angus West. It's the same on the sides. Welcome to the Weird of Sarah Howard, Oracle of the Sacred Salty Lake. I didn't even realise it was an oracle deck. I do remember seeing it, and I think Sandra said at one time it was on my indie wish list. So, well remembered, Sandra. By a shallow salty lake, right by the Pacific Ocean, lives an artist who makes oracle cards. You can just picture the scene, can't you? Whilst out walking before breakfast for pleasure and inspiration, she fell upon the notion of seeking help from a muse. That morning she may have met Sarah Howard, a traveller who stayed close as she made her little oracle. It flowed from the lake, whispered of past lives, and hinted of the recovery human creativity. Inside the box, you'll find 60 gentle, sun-soaked cards to accompany you on your cosmic path, visiting the past for help, discovering the depth of your own creative soul. Well, I butchered that, didn't I? I'm sure you get the idea. Beautiful box, very sturdy, hard box. We've got a little book which gives you the card meanings, and then we've got the deck itself, again beautifully illustrated. The cards are linen. Oh, a linen cardstock. We've got the title card here. Let's get some bright light on it. The Weird of Sarah Howard, Sun-Kissed Oracle of the Sacred Salty Lake by Gabby Angus West. So in terms of size, they're compared to a standard tarot size there. As you can see, they're a lot smaller and narrower, so they're quite small. But we'll just quickly go through the cards. It's a nice card stock, linen as I said, but quite a nice thickness to it. Waking up in the sun, I trust you. Oh, that's beautiful. And the artwork is gorgeous. Always be bathing in my undies. Always the one bathing in my undies. Bringing you home. I won't read all the key messages, but the colours are stunning, really gorgeous, and there's lots of water, as it said. You know, it's by the sacred salty lake. It reminds me of my time living in Salt Lake. Especially there was a place called Antelope Island that I went to, and that was the water is so salty, you can get in it and float. Pretty much like we're doing here. Yeah, this is gorgeous. And there's quite a few cards. It said 60, didn't it? So I've just noticed as well, they've got like the playing card association. I've only just noticed that. I just thought there was numbers, but yeah, 10 of hearts, page of hearts, jack of hearts, queen of hearts, and king of hearts. So there's 4 courts as opposed to what you'd get in a playing card, but we've got our ace, 2, And this is the obviously the spades. That's quite interesting as well. But this would be a nice little oracle deck just to kind of carry around. So yeah, we have Page, Jack, King and Queen. Oh wow. Yeah, artwork is gorgeous. And I believe the Bonefire is being re-released, or it has been re-released as a matte borderless edition. So, okay, then we've got some extra cards here that aren't numbered. You pulled out all the stops, but today we were not connected. A beard of fish. It's interesting that there's a couple of extra cards in there. But that would be right, wouldn't it? Because if there's 4 suits of 14, that would be 56. Is that right? 14, 28, yeah, 56. So then you've got a couple of extras. So lovely little deck. I can't wait to work with it and explore it a little bit more. But I haven't done a kind of a full detailed walkthrough. I just wanted to show, along with the other gifts that I got for my birthday. It's been, even though I was poorly, it's been a lovely birthday. And people have, as always, been very, very kind and generous. And thank you to each and every one of you who took the time to send me a message as well, either on YouTube or on Instagram or on Facebook or any other way, emails and everything else. I've really appreciated it. So have a fantastic rest of the week, guys, and until next time, go in peace. Namaste and blessed be.